Alright, so just a little information for you guys. We are from Easton Bats, we're sales executives from there, and you are, as an audience, are the Atlantic Sun Conference Board of Directors. So we will be pitching to you about the purchase of baseball bats for the entire Atlantic Sun Conference for all of the teams in order to apply to the issue we're about to raise. So we're going to start with a video.
Oh my goodness, I hope that Mello's all right.
So why do these injuries happen? Does anyone know? Why?
Because the bats are they're made with like a different form of technology that's hitting the ball way too fast to pitchers and stuff.
Absolutely, you're well informed. The bats are the reason these happen. And do you know how often these injuries actually do happen? Well, according to a 2009 survey from the Consumer Product Safety Commission, 108,976 kids were involved in baseball-related injuries, and that's only children. So as the board of directors for the Atlantic Sun Conference, do these injuries concern you?
Well, that's all injuries for baseball, or just getting hit by a bat at all?
All injuries, but do these injuries in particular concern you? Absolutely. So your job as the board of directors is to find a way to keep the game safe, but just as fun, just as exciting, and not to minimize the effect that these bats would have on the game, to make the game play the exact same way. So what is it that you need in a bat? Anyone have any ideas about what you need in a bat?
I know most softball players like a bat with good pop, something that's got power to it.
Absolutely.
Durable.
Durable.
Quality.
Quality. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you need durability, quality, performance, and safety. Is that correct? Yeah. So we think we have a product that is meant for you guys, that can provide that safety and avoid these kind of injuries, while at the same time still making the game fun, move at the same pace, be just as great to watch. And Blaze is going to pitch you this product.
All right, so what we have today, guys, is our brand new Easton BB Core baseball bats. So, why is our bat different from any other metal bats out there currently? The construction. So, most typical metal bats are built as a hollow center. So basically what that allows for is the bat to flex. Now, when the bat flexes, it generates more pop, more power for the hitter. So our bats, it's actually a composite design. So it's built with several different metal pieces inside there. It's not just a hollow core. So it functions a lot like a wood bat, which is completely solid. So our bat does have less pop. So on those line drive hits, it's not ejecting the ball at the same speed as those middle bats. It's not going to take somebody's head off like you guys saw earlier. However, it also allows for a higher exit angle on a line drive swing. That'll increase the potential for home runs, as well as reduce the chance of a straight line drive to someone's face. So as you guys can see here in this table here, kind of comparison of our bats, standard metal bats, and the wood bats. Let's say, for instance, you have a pitcher throwing a baseball at 70 miles an hour. Let's say the batter swings that bat at 70 mile per hour speed. When that ball is ejected with a standard metal bat, that ball will leave the bat at 123 miles per hour because of that increased flexibility. With our bats, it'll leave at 95 miles per hour, which is very similar to the wood bat at 93 miles per hour. It also gives extra reaction time to the pitchers. So with your metal bats, you only have 0.312 seconds. With our bats, almost a full 0.4 seconds compared to the wood bats. So our bats do allow for more reaction time. They're a little bit less dangerous. I'm going to play this video right here and just kind of go into a little more detail about it.
Higher number indicates a greater trampoline effect, which helps launch the ball off the bat. The new standard sets the maximum ball-back coefficient of restitution at 0.5, which is only slightly higher than that of a wooden bat. In our tests, contact with the new conforming bat resulted resulting in balls that compress to 78% of their original size. The sweet spot is estimated to be about 2 inches smaller, and on average, balls leave the new bats 5% slower than the old bats. When you factor in
So as you guys can see from that video, our sweet spot is also smaller, so it's going to improve your really good players. You're going to see who's actually a good player. It's going to prepare our players for the major leagues as well. So along with our composite design, it's also a two-piece bat, which allows for less flexibility as a whole. So it's a shorter distance, and so it's only going to flex within this top half. It's not going to be the entire bat that's flexing as well, which reduces that exit speed. So again, some of our frequently asked questions, will it diminish the player performance? Now, again, with any new bat, it's going to take the players a little bit of time to adjust to those conditions, but as they improve with the game, they're going to be able to function better and be more prepared for the major leagues.
Has anyone actually played baseball here? Who wants to come give it a swing? We want to show you, I'm serious, who wants to come give it a swing?
Show you guys how it's very similar to the wood bat construction. It feels exactly the same. Aaron, you want to come up here and give it a swing? See how that feels? I mean, this was
So the similarity between a wood bat and our BB core bat shows that players are actually acclimated to these bats even though they might not have used them before because they are so similar to a wood bat. So while players might take a little bit of time to adjust to this bat, they have used something similar, and it will be preparing them for the times when they're going to possibly enter the majors and have to play with wood bats. So the other question we have is how will it affect the game? And that really depends on the bat's construction, as we talked about, and it diminishes the pop that it has. So bats, when games are played with our BB core bat, there might not be as many home runs. That's specifically because the pop is lower and the angle is higher. And that actually increases the other elements of the game. So while there might not be as many home runs, it gives players an opportunity to show their skills on defensive plays and speed of running bases and things of that nature.
So what we propose for you guys as the Atlantic Sun Conference Board of Directors is we're going to offer you guys 300 bats for a price at $400 per bat. We'll give one extra bat per team. There's roughly 30 members for each baseball team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. So that's one bat per player and then one additional bat in case anything happens. We will also offer a fungo bat to each one of your coaches for a grand total of $120,000.
Now we understand this is a large investment, and that's why we want to give you guys some time to consider it. We're going to take some questions in a moment, but before we do, we just want to set up the fact that we are planning on having a meeting with you as the Atlantic Sun Board of Directors. How about around May 1st, around 2 o'clock, if that's okay with all of you. A week from today, we will also be calling to ensure that you don't have any more questions after this meeting, along with that the meeting time is confirmed. Does that sound good?
Check my schedule.
Okay. Do we have any questions about our product?
How likely is your bat to break at the joint?
It's a great question. Now with, you're more referring to the two-piece construction, correct? The way ours is designed, it is a super thick adhesive in here. So if it does break, the bat will split into two pieces. You're not going to have that splinter effect as you would with a wood bat. However, the chances of it actually separating are about 1 in a million swings.
Along with the fact that we include with our bats a 1-year warranty, as most other bats do. So if anything happens, we will replace that bat for free.
How are your bats priced in comparison to other comparable models?
Our bats are, priced comparably. This is the top of the line bat, but we have given you, as the Atlantic Sun Conference, with the quantity, a discount. They're usually priced around $450, $425, around there. Our competitors are. So we're selling you a bat at $400 along with those extra 10 bats and those fungos.
If the Atlantic Sun teams use this bat and other conferences are using a normal metal bat, wouldn't that put the Atlantic Sun teams at a disadvantage against the non-Atlantic Sun teams because their bats are more powerful?
It could potentially. However, a lot of statistics have been showing more and more injuries, so we're actually starting to move away completely from those old metal designs. And so within the next year or two, it's going to be mandated by law that everyone's going to have to switch over to this type of bat. Yes, sir.
I have a friend on the Mercer women's softball team. Do you sell bats to?
We do sell bats for the softball teams as well, but you guys asked us here for baseball specifically today.
Does that answer everyone's questions? Do you have any more questions? All right. Well, we will once again be in touch within the next week and confirm that meeting at a later